Hello, good morning. How is everybody? Happy Sunday. It is October 20th, 2024, and it is 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Let me know in the chat what time it is where you are. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to type here in the chat, hello, everyone. Great. So this is a Mandarin Chinese live and learn. A live and learn, as opposed to live and learn. A live and learn. And first of all, you might be asking, first of all, if you don't know who I am, right? Let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Kenan. Why should you be hanging out with me talking about Mandarin Chinese? Well, I learned Mandarin Chinese as an adult. I did not learn as a child. I learned it as an adult. I learned it kind of quickly. Here are some photos of me in Chinese movies and TV shows. I went to China, when I was close to 30 years old, and within a year and a half, I had learned enough Chinese to be a reliable actor in really large multi-million-dollar productions. I did some where there's me as Dr. Y in that chemistry show. I was performing 90 minutes of science experiments on stage, all in Chinese, in front of a live audience of hundreds and sometimes over 1,000 people. So I took a very interesting approach to Mandarin Chinese that I thought would be self-explanatory, but it's really not how a lot of people go, because some people kind of rush into, hello everybody, some people rush into learning words and phrases, whereas I really focus on tones and pronunciation. So I am sometimes referred to as the Chinese tones guy. You may have noticed a lot of my videos where I'm doing tonal difference videos, and I really try to do my best to help people understand how to do tonal differentiation, to be able to really hear and repeat and produce those subtle tonal differences that actually change the meaning of our words. All right, and so in today's live, I'm going to be reading through some of this HSK 1 and 2 material, and we're going to focus on just tones and pronunciation and a little bit of meaning. But maybe if you're getting ready for your day, you could just either listen along and try to hear how I'm pronouncing the words, or if you're brave enough, which I know you are, you can sometimes maybe try to follow along. Right? I'm going to have a little bit of tea. Picasso is saying, so let me answer some of the questions in the chat here a little bit. Hello guys, Picasso says hello. 3 p.m. here. Wow, where are you? Where it's 3 p.m.? Let's see, 3 p.m. right now. It's 5. You must be somewhere in Western Europe, maybe? 早上好,早上好. Hello, yes, tones are super important. Mandarin Chinese is a tonal language, so if you're not using the tones, you are not speaking the language. Okay, so without further ado, we could just jump right on into it. Okay. Someone says, I'm a big fan of you, man. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, really. I'm just, I'm very moved by how many people are interested in this content. I believe that Mandarin Chinese can absolutely change your life. It changed mine for the better. I had already been a professional actor, but I learned Mandarin Chinese. I took my acting skills to a whole new market where there was less competition because not many Westerners learn Mandarin Chinese. And so, I became very well known in China. Millions of followers, huge multi-million-dollar films, leading roles in such films. And so whatever skill you have, whether it's business, real estate, engineering, accounting, nursing, acting, whatever, you learn Mandarin Chinese, you can bring it to a whole new market and really change your life for the better. A fun adventure, more opportunities, more income, whatever. 3 p.m. UK, nice. 9 p.m. here. Wow. We have people all over the world. All right, so let's see what the topic is here. 你喜欢什么运动？你喜欢什么运动？ Oh, whoops. Let me make sure that we are in frame here. Okay. So this is where I am right here. 你喜欢什么运动? All right, so 你 has a third tone, right? And what are our tones? Right, we have a first tone, second tone, third tone, and a fourth tone. Right? First tone, second tone, third tone, fourth tone. So the first tone is going to be, and when I talk about the pitches of these tones, we're talking about in our normal speaking band, okay, our normal speaking range. So when I say the first tone is high, flat, and unchanging, I don't mean it's falsetto. It's at the higher end of our normal speaking range, okay? So that the absolute pitch may sound different for you or for me because my voice might be naturally higher or lower than yours. But the first tone is a high, steady, flat, and unchanging tone within our normal speaking band. The second tone is a rising tone. The third tone is a falling and rising tone, and the fourth tone is a falling tone. So when we look at this, 你喜欢什么? We see a third tone here, a third tone here, second tone here, fourth tone, fourth tone, okay? And when two third tones are back to back, we typically pronounce the first of the pair as a second tone. So this is pronounced 你喜欢什么运动? 你 means you, 喜欢 means to like, 什么 means what. Does anyone know what 运动 means? Oh, thanks so much for liking the videos. So 运动 means sports. So you like what sports? What kind of sports do you like? What kind of sports do you like? 你喜欢什么运动? 我最喜欢踢足球。我最喜欢踢足球。踢足球. All right, so 我, that means I or me. 我 means I or me. And 最means most. Do you remember what 喜欢 means? That means like. So I most like, or the thing I like the most, right? The sport I like the most in this case is, now, depending on where you are in the world, you might call this football or soccer. And I got to hand it to you. As an American, I yeah, 踢足球. It's funny. What do you call this sport where you're from? Football or soccer? Is this football or soccer? Let me know in the chat. I can totally understand why people around the world call it football, right? It's a ball you kick with your foot. Simple enough. Simple enough. Okay. Hey, let me know in the chat if you're enjoying this. So can I get like a 1 in the chat if you're thinking this is helpful? Me reading along, making sure I'm giving really clear pronunciation for the Mandarin Chinese tones, and also a little bit of translation to start the day. You know, maybe it gives people a little bit of Mandarin Chinese practice. Can I get a 1 in the chat if that's helpful? That would be really useful to me. And all I'm asking for in return, by the way, is, you know, that you are subscribed to my channel. You hit the notification bell. That really, really helps with the algorithm. It really, really helps me. It helps this community expand. And if you are interested in potentially joining a Chinese-speaking community, I'm creating kind of a Discord server and a program for mastering Chinese tones and pronunciations. You can email me at thechinesedojo@gmail.com, thechinesedojo@gmail.com, and express your interest in Chinese, and I will totally not spam you. I will not spam you. I'm working very hard to create a very, very valuable program. So that will be launching soon. Oh, thank you for saying that I'm the best. Thank you. 你知道吗？作为中国人看外国人教中文真的非常有趣. Oh, someone saying that as a Chinese person, it's very interesting to watch a foreigner teach Chinese. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Yes, that helps a ton. That helps a ton. Okay, everybody. So let's look at the next sentence. Or we were talking about 我最喜欢踢足球. So I like soccer or football the best. Okay? Now what's next? 下午我们一起去踢足球吧。下午我们一起去踢足球吧。All right, so what does 下午 mean? 下午, that means in the afternoon. 下午, that's a fourth tone and then a third tone. 下午我们means we or us. All right, we or us. And you see, 我们 includes the word 我, which means I or me. And then 们 can mean multiple things, but it kind of adds a plurality to a word involving people. So 我们 means us. Right? Just a little hint, if you know the word for you, 你, if you say 你们, that means you guys. Right? So you plural. Ciao, afternoon. What? Yeah, that's right. Wow, a bunch of people knew that. A bunch of people knew 下午 was afternoon. All right. 一起 means together. 去 means to go. 踢足球. You can see 吧 has no tone mark. No tone mark there. Neutral tone. All right, so yay, there's a tone we don't have to learn. It's not really even a tone. It's the absence of a tone, right? So we have to learn 4 tones. And then there is something called the neutral tone, or just the absence of a tone. So we'll play soccer or football together in the afternoon. 下午我们一起去踢足球吧。好啊。好啊。That's a great way to show kind of enthusiasm and agreement to something, maybe a suggestion that someone has. Hey, let's go do this. 好啊。好啊。So 好 means good, and 啊 is a kind of particle that's placed as kind of an expression, right? 好啊. Good. That seems good to me. All right. Let's see. 中午. Yeah, so 中午 is more around noon. Okay, so 下午is definitely the afternoon. And 上午is in the morning. So we go 上午 morning. 中午 around noon. And maybe maybe a 1 or 2 hour, maybe a 1 hour window around noon. So like 11 to 1, right, would be, 中午. Because 中 means middle. And 下午means afternoon. All right? So maybe like 2 to 5. And then we hit the evening. Then we hit the evening, 晚上. For everyone who's new here, yeah, we're doing HSK content, everybody. Oh, look, the book shows us some new words there. All right, we are rolling. It is morning. First of all, congratulations to everyone for being here. It is the morning on Sunday. at least here in the US. Let us know in the chat where you're from. A bunch of people, I think, find it interesting to see in the chat where everybody's from. So maybe it's not morning, but I'm glad we're all coalescing. We're all coming together on a Sunday. We are learning a little bit of Mandarin Chinese. If you're in England, I have a little bit of English breakfast tea right now. Isn't that so classy? We're doing it the classy way here. Poland, Miami. Thank you for explaining. Indonesia, it's night. Wow, Vietnam, this is awesome. Great. France. Strip Poland. Iraq. Wow. All over the world. This is really cool. Can you tell me my name, please? My name is Nicholas. Tell you your name. Your name is Nicholas. Oh, maybe you mean your Chinese name. There are multiple options for your Chinese name, Nicholas. Maybe if we have time, we can come up with one. Flying a jet. You're in the air? What do you mean? Are you serious? You're flying a plane right now? That might not be safe. Plane lost. Last heard on the black box listening to Kenan speak Chinese on YouTube. What happened? Very amazing. Okay, so what is this next section? And by the way, thank you all so much for subscribing, hitting that notification bell. If you are interested in taking your Chinese to the next level, I'm creating an affordable, very, very effective program based on how I learned Mandarin Chinese so quickly. You can email the Chinese Dojo at gmail.com. Again, I moved to China as an adult. I learned Chinese as an adult. Here are some photos of me in some Chinese movies, playing leading roles in some movies and TV shows. So within about a year and a half, my Mandarin was good enough to do things like this. All right, some people think of Mandarin Chinese as a black and white thing. You either speak it or you don't, and that's just not true. The question is, to what degree do you speak it? Are you good enough to get by in your profession? And the truth of the matter, and the fact of the matter is, most people outside of China don't speak Chinese. So if your Chinese is from the very beginning, but then I realized everybody should. Everybody should speak and focus on tones and pronunciation from the very beginning. Tones and pronunciation are the strong foundation on which you can build a rock solid castle or skyscraper. So if you're interested, email the Chinese Dojo at gmail.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm creating a kind of program that's going to help people master tones and pronunciation, and then also include something I'll call like the Daily Dojo, maybe something on a Discord channel where we have the students in there. I'll be in there. Chinese teachers will be in there, native Chinese speakers as well, and you'll be able to get actual feedback. All right, so the thing about the community and the program I'm building is it'll involve actual feedback, not some of these AI programs or just totally automated things that just force you to memorize words. Again, I care about helping people learn tones and pronunciation, which means I need to hear your tones and pronunciation and grade you. All right, so you'll be able to like submit audio files either on a website or in a Discord chat, and then get actual feedback. All right, and then you won't get the certificate or whatever I'll build unless you go through a test that involves actual speaking. All right, so here we go. Wow, this is so cool. You messaged me like 3 or 4. Yeah, some of you already messaged me. I got there are like 50 some emails in there. So really good job to everybody. All right, so what is this? 我们要不要买几个新的椅子？我们要不要买几个新的椅子？我们 us or we 要不要 so 要 fourth tone 要 and 要 is interesting, right? In pinyin, it's spelled Y-A-O. We start with the semi-consonant initial y, 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 and then we have what's known as a diphthong, right? We have the pinyin A and O, or the A and the O, coming together to make a new sound, ow, ow. 我们要不要买几个新的椅子? So 要 means want, and 不 means no, or to negate something. So in Chinese, you can say 要不要, meaning want or not want, or do we want to do this or not, right? 我们要不要买几个? 买 means to buy. 买 third tone. 买几个新的椅子? 我们要不要买几个新的椅子? And if we're speaking this sentence at a normal speaking pace, because we have two third tones here that are related, the first one of the pair would probably be pronounced with a second tone. All right, so 我们要不要买几个新的椅子? 我们要不要买几个新的椅子? And 新 means new. 新 means new. 新 and 椅子 means chair. So do we want to buy some new chairs or not? Do we want to buy a few new chairs or not? What do you think? Who wants to buy some new chairs? Someone said, yeah, but yeah, Chinese grammar is very simple. Someone says, 我爱你. They didn't write their tones, but I know they're trying to say I love you. 真好, Kenan 老师. Thanks, roll for gauge. Thank you. Yeah. So, do we want to buy some new chairs or not? 好啊,好啊,什么时候去买? This is a very good phrase. 什么时候? What time? 什么 means what? 时候 time. So 什么时候 could be when or what time. 去买. 去 means go. Remember, 买 means to buy. 买 uses m plus another diphthong, I, 买. 好啊,什么时候去买? All right. What time should we go to buy? Or what time should we go and buy them? Okay. Then we have 明天下午怎么样? Who in the chat knows what 明天 means? Type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat if you know what 明天 means. Don't give it away just yet. Don't give it away. All right? Don't be sneaky, please. Don't give it away too quickly. Type 1 in the chat if you know what 明天 means. Okay. Also, let's see how many of you. Oh, someone just gave it away. Oh, dang. All right. I can't hide anything from y'all. Y'all are too quick. So, 今天. Well, let's talk about 天 first. So, 天, first tone. 天 means day. 今天 means today. 明天 means tomorrow. 明天. So what's cool about kind of nuts syllables, and the words don't always match. Whereas in Chinese, starting from, the day before yesterday, you could say 前天, then 昨天, 今天, 明天, 后天. You can see the similarity in all of these. It actually gets easier when you count the days of the week. The days of the week in Mandarin Chinese are just so easy. It's ridiculous. It's basically like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, as opposed to in English having to memorize all these names. And also the months, month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, and on and on and on, as opposed to January, February, these words and these names that don't really have anything to do with each other. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So 明天 means tomorrow. 明天下午。明天下午怎么样？怎么样？怎么样 means how is it? So how about tomorrow afternoon? Excuse me. 明天下午怎么样？明天下午怎么样？ How about tomorrow afternoon? 你明天几点能回来？你明天几点能回来？你明天 So maybe with each of these, I'll read it at a normal speed first, and then you can try to practice along. You know, if you're in your house, you're just hanging out, you're cooking, if you're driving, or like someone said, flying a plane. I hope you don't manage the controls on the phone, but if you can just hear this and listen along, I'll read each one at a normal pace, and then I'll slow it down. People can follow along. So, in common day speech, this would sound like 你明天几点能回来？你明天几点能回来？你明天几点能回来？ So 回来 means come back. I don't know why the book doesn't have a second tone there. That would normally have a 回来, 2 second tones, whatever. But 你明天几点能回来? So what time can you return tomorrow? 3点多 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 A little after 3. So 3点 3 means 3. 点 can mean o'clock. 点 can also mean a point. But when we're speaking about time and you give it a number, we understand that this means 3 o'clock. 多 means many, or much or more. So this means after 3. All right, 3点多 after 3. All right. Oh, and then the book actually gives us an English version. All right, so that was, should we buy some new chairs? Yes. When should we go to buy them? What about tomorrow afternoon? When will you be back? A little bit after 3. Great. So let's see, what do we got? Oh my gosh, so many people in the chat. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you everybody for being here. Congratulations on being here. I think it really says something to everyone who's willing to be here to learn some Mandarin Chinese. It just shows the interest. Someone says it's so interesting seeing how familiar these words are, yet so different for Japanese. Yeah, so the Japanese language uses a lot of similar characters to Chinese. It's wildly interesting. Let's see. How are the ma toneless and the m toneless different? That's a little advanced. That could be a good topic for a video, though. Let's see. At what time can you come tomorrow? Congratulations. Yeah, good. You translated it right. I'm very impressed by everybody. Let's see. I really love your vids. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys, we have hit like almost 260, maybe 260,000 subscribers on YouTube. It just moves me beyond measure. So thank you so much for that. And I really try to I don't try to ask for anything from the community other than stay subscribed, hit that notification bell, share the videos, share the channel with other people who might be interested in learning Chinese. If you appreciate the work that goes into the videos and these lives, all of that would really, really help me out. Because it does take a lot of work to write the scripts and film them and edit them all myself, to be here in the studio doing this, and it takes a lot of work. So if you appreciate that work, definitely please subscribe and stay notified. Yes. Someone's asking, can you share this book? Yeah, so I pulled some HSK material here. This is, the name of this book is right here. Right? Standard course HSK 2. All right? And I think you could download this online. Here's a screenshot of the author. All right? And here's a screenshot of the book. How's that for you? All right? 标准教程, so standard course. Let me find what page we were on. All right. So here we go. 桌子下面有个猫。桌子下面有个猫。桌子下面, so 桌子 means table. 桌子下面means below, so below the table. 有个 means to have. So the table can't have something or possess something, but there can be something under the table. What's under the table? 猫 means cat. So there's a cat under the table. And because this is HSK 2, we're kind of on the beginner side right now. There are specific counting words for animals like cats and dogs, and it would be 只, 有一只猫 would be the most correct grammar, but 个 is okay as a counting word. So 个 is like a counting word. So there's a cat under the table. 桌子下面有个猫. All right. 那 that. 那是我的猫. That's my cat. 那是我的猫. That's my cat. Someone says, let's see. Oh, me too. This is beyond 500 sign. What do you mean? So why isn't it 是? Oh, do you mean 知? The pinyin and then the character, right? This would be the standard counting word for a cat. 知一只猫. But I think that because this is a HSK 2, 个 is still okay. 个 is a standard counting word for everything. So it's a little bit geared a little bit more towards beginners in this lesson. All right. Is cat. It's not ma, not ma. Mao. So cat, we combine m with a diphthong. Ow. And this is known as a descending diphthong, meaning our stress. The stress occurs more on the first vowel of the pair. So a diphthong is when we combine two vowel sounds into a new sound. So this is ow. We're combining the ah and the aw to make ow. And as you can tell, we're not saying ow. It's not ao, mao. It's mao, ow. So the first vowel gets a little more stress. So linguistically speaking, that's a descending diphthong. We're descending away from the stress, and we get mao. So 桌子下面有个猫. Is this cool with everybody? Are we enjoying this? Please let me know. One, if we're enjoying this, And please let me know if it's too easy. Type too easy if it's too easy, or just a simple 1 if you think this is cool and good. I'm trying to pick Chinese level and material that makes sense, but even if you think some people think their vocabulary is more advanced than it is, they haven't focused on tones enough. So 1 if this is cool, too easy if it's too easy. All right. 那是我的猫，它叫花花，它叫花花。All right, so that's my cat. It's called Hua Hua. Now it's interesting that for the cat that they gave it the it form. They didn't say he or she. But he says, that's my cat. 那是我的猫. Its name is Hua Hua. 叫 means to be called. All right, so 它叫. It's called Hua Hua, or its name is Hua Hua. This character says 她很漂亮. So 她 means it, 很 means very, and 漂亮 means beautiful. I feel like I can pronounce while reading. That's good. 漂亮她很漂亮. So 漂亮. If you're new to Chinese, this might be a little bit complex to pronounce with complete accuracy. Okay? So 漂is interesting because 漂 is a triphthong. We're combining p and iao. So here we're combining p and iao. So we're combining 3 vowel sounds, a triphthong. We're combining i, a, and o, iao. Now what's cool in Mandarin Chinese is all triphthongs stress the middle vowel sound, and it's always a. So there we go. All triphthongs in Mandarin Chinese have an ah sound in the middle. And that's what's stressed. So iao. We're not saying iao or iao. It's iao. 漂亮. Right? Uh-oh, where'd I go? I lost my page. Not good. Where are we? Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see. Where did we go? Oh, there we go. All right. Uh-oh. By the way, if you're enjoying this, please let me know in the chat. How regular is this class format, Kenan? How do you say, can I buy your fridge? Tom, why do you want... Why are you trying to buy someone's fridge? 我可以买你的冰箱吗？能不能买你的冰箱? Yeah, can I buy your fridge? 我可以买你的冰箱吗? Let's see. For IPA comparison, is this class, how regular is this class format, Kenan? This is new. So depending on how much everyone likes this, I want to do this more often, at least once a week. Yeah. The tones there use. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to confuse anyone there. So, 她很漂亮. 漂亮. It's very beautiful. And again, I don't know why they're not using a he or she, 她, for the cat. Because when I would speak about someone's cat, I don't know. I don't like calling cats it. But that's just me. Does anyone here like cats? I like cats a lot. Okay. 是啊, 是啊, yes. So that's an agreement. 是啊. So the first person says, the cat's very beautiful, this person says 是啊 yes. 我觉得他的眼睛最漂亮。我觉得觉得 is interesting. 觉得 means to think, right? Or to have an opinion about something. You know, it's like to think in terms of an opinion. 我觉得 to actually think and be sort of calculating something, that's more like 想 or 思想. But 我觉得 I think 他的眼睛 its eyes or his or her eyes 最漂亮 are the most beautiful. I think his or her eyes are the most beautiful. So the first part of 觉得觉 we really want to make sure that we're using a rising tone. 觉得 and that we're making that smooth transition from the u to the vowel. 觉得 Thank you so much, everybody. 我觉得他的眼睛最漂亮。Here's a good one. 他多大了？他多大了？他多大了？ How old is the cat? 多大 So 多 means much, 大 means big. So if old. So how old is it? How old's the cat? 他多大了？6个多月 Alright, so 月 means month. Alright, so we're counting the age in months, so it's a pretty young cat. And 6 means 6. So 6个多 a little more than 6 months. 6个多月6个多月 I love how active the chat is. Thanks so much, everybody, for sending your support and for being a part of this channel. It is so cool to see people up bright and early. Let's see, now it has group homework. Here's funny, matching pictures. This is funny. All right, so we need to figure out which picture here is 起床. Which one is 起床? A, B, C, D, E, or F? Which picture is 起床? 起床. Type in the chat, what do you think? Which picture is 起床? Do we know what that word means? 起床. Write in the chat A, B, C, D, E, or F. Quiz for everybody. Someone's asking, can we start from HSK 1 basics? Yes, so I would love to help everyone start from tones and pronunciation. So before even having to memorize words or learn grammar, right? If you're interested in learning Chinese and creating a strong, solid Mandarin Chinese foundation so that learning Chinese becomes easier, here's the thing. When you focus on tones and pronunciation first, your Mandarin Chinese journey to fluency becomes much, much shorter. All right? So when you focus on tones and pronunciation first, you can become professionally fluent in Mandarin Chinese in like a year or year and a half. So here are a few photos of me on some Chinese movies and TV shows. I focused on tones and pronunciation first and really made sure I knew how to pronounce everything in Chinese. Then when I learned words and grammar, everything stuck much faster. And within just a year and a half, I was doing some things like this. That's me in That Chemistry Show. I was performing science experiments all in Chinese, live on stage in front of 500 to 1,000 people. That's me as the leading role, Edgar Snow, in a movie called 红星照耀中国. All right, I was one of the only Westerners in Chinese film history to have the leading role in a Chinese feature film. That doesn't happen very often. It starts with tones and pronunciation. And whatever skill you have, whether it's acting like me, or real estate, or if you're a doctor, right? Whatever you want to do, if you learn proper tones and pronunciation first, you can become professionally fluent and then bring your skill to the Chinese market in not much time. It's not an 8 or 10-year journey. It can be like a 1 to 2 year journey where Mandarin Chinese can already change your life. I tell you, when you're having a business meeting with Chinese people and you can just introduce yourself and speak with a little bit of expertise in your field in Chinese, even if they can speak English, even if half the meeting is going to be in English, if you can start it in Chinese and start out with that great impression, say, hey, I took the time to learn how to pronounce things in your language with accuracy and learn these things and become closer to you in conversation. That does so much to instill trust and happiness within people. So much better than relying on machine translation. If this sounds like something you are potentially interested in, please email me at thechinesedojo@gmail.com. I'm creating a tones and pronunciation mastery program that involves actual feedback from me and Mandarin Chinese, native Mandarin Chinese speakers, a Discord channel with daily exercises and daily chat with course members and stuff. And so I just highly recommend doing that. And it worked for me, and I know it can work for other people. So anyway, the correct answer here is A. So A, 起床, means to get up, to wake up, get out of bed. Number 2, 跑步. 跑步 is running. All right, so that would be D. 吃药. 吃药. 吃 is to eat. 药 is medicine. So 吃药 is to take medicine. All right, so that would be B. 生病. 生病. Can anyone write in the chat, what's number 4? Which letter is this? Which photo is that? People say facts. How did you learn Chinese? I'm curious. Hey, well, at first I moved to Beijing and I found a one-on-one coach, and I was very adamant that we focus on tones and pronunciation super hardcore first. And then I focused on tones and pronunciation only for about 3 months, and then I worked with a one-on-one coach for about 6 or 7 months total, and then I learned a lot of Mandarin Chinese from my work. I just surrounded myself with Mandarin Chinese, and I took it very, very seriously. Let's see. 生病. 生病. Yes, 生病 is E. The correct answer is E. 生病 means to get sick. 5, 休息. 休息. Which one is 休息? Which picture is 休息? Thanks. Can anyone tell me what picture, or which picture goes here? Number 5. 休息. Yes, it is F, to rest. And then, of course, you could probably figure this out through process of elimination. Which one's left? C. 出院. 出院, to get out of the hospital. So it looks like the picture maybe isn't the best picture for that, to be honest, because it means to get out of the hospital. You see someone waving to the doctor. I guess he's getting released from the hospital. He hasn't physically left yet, but it means to get out of the hospital. But maybe that's a hard picture to make, because everyone in all the other photos who's not in a hospital, I can see why that is maybe a little confusing. But anyway, okay. So on the playground, 在运动场, on the playground. 你很少生病，是不是喜欢运动？你很少生病. So 你 means you, right? That means you. 很少 means very little. 很 means very, 少 means less or little. So 很少 when we discuss things in terms of frequency and time would be very seldom. You seldomly, because we don't, in English, we don't say you very little get sick. So you seldomly get sick. 你很少生病。是不是喜欢运动？是不是 is like yes, no, yes, directly translated. But if we translate the rest of the sentence, you'll understand what that part means. 喜欢运动 is like to exercise. So 是不是 it's yes or no, right? Or yes, no, yes. Like to exercise. So we're really asking, hey, you seldomly get sick. Is that because you enjoy exercise? Right? That's what we're asking. So sometimes you can't directly translate, right? You have to understand what something means. So 是不是? So is it the case or not that you like to exercise? 是不是喜欢运动? Oh, we have a lot of people in the chat. This is awesome. Can you explain the positive, negative pattern? Okay, so here we have this positive, and then, so we have 是, and then 不是. 是不是? So it's like yes or no, or is it the case that, right? So if we say 要不要, want or no want, do you want something? It's a way to, yeah, I think that probably warrants a whole lesson or a video, just the positive, negative pattern. But hopefully in this case, you start to see what it means. So it's 你很少生病. You seldomly get sick. 是不是? Is that because 喜欢运动? 是不是喜欢运动? Is it the case that? Is it the case or not that you like to exercise? 是啊. 是啊. Yes. 我每天早上都要出去跑步. 我每天早上都要出去跑步. Every day. Every day morning go out to run. All right, so that's not how we would say it in English. That's the grammatical structure here. But that means yes. Yes, every day, every morning, I go out for a run. 我每天早上都要出去跑步. 出去跑步. So if you can listen, are you hearing the tones, by the way? Are you hearing the tones? Maybe I need to speak a little more slowly. 是啊. 我每天 So 每 has a third tone. 天 first tone. 每天我每天早上都要出去跑步 third tone, fourth tone, right? With 跑步, it's a falling and rising tone and then a falling tone. It's not 跑步, right? It's not a first tone and then a third tone. It's not 跑步 or 跑步. It's 跑步. Excuse me. This English breakfast tea is making me burp a little bit, and I'm so sorry about that. 你每天几点起床? 你每天几点起床? When do you get out of bed or when do you get up every day? 我每天6点起床. What time does this person wake up every morning? Everybody, can you write in the chat? What time is that? 我每天6点起床. What time is this person getting out of bed? 我每天6点起床. What time are we getting out of bed there? 我每天6点起床. 我每天6点. Great, great. And if you know these words, just make sure that as we go along here, that you're rock solid on these tones and pronunciation. That's right, 6 o'clock. That's 6 o'clock. Good, good, good. Whoops, whoopsie. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. This live will probably, we're going to go on for a little longer. I will go on for a little longer. I don't know. Give me some fire emojis. Give me some reactions here in the chat if we're liking this. If you want to see more of this. Again, this is kind of a test for me. It's only the third time I've done this. I'm working out the kinks. I'm trying to make it a little smoother. But I personally like the idea of live and learns, where I do like live readings, focus on tones and pronunciation live, maybe answer some questions in the chat. Let me know. Send some emojis or reactions or your thoughts in the chat so I know how you are perceiving this. If this is cool, like, are you able to listen along and follow along? And is it helping to be exposed just a little bit? If you're not in a Chinese language environment, does this help? What does 起床 mean? 起床 means to get up out of bed. Literally means, like, if you directly translate it, it's like up bed. 床 is bed, but it means to get up out of bed or to wake up. Oh, cool. Everyone, I'm seeing fire emojis. I'm seeing hearts. Cool. Please keep doing this. I would join on whatever schedule you decide on. All right. All right. I love that enthusiasm. How many Hanzi do I know? I would be surprised if there are over 300,000. That seems like a bit large of a number. I do not know 300,000 characters. All right, but what I do know, right? I know that I can pronounce every single syllable in Mandarin Chinese with perfection. And how do I know that? There are only a little over 400. That's a plus sign, sorry. There are only a little over 400 unique syllables in Mandarin Chinese. All right? So if you can learn how to pronounce these 400-ish syllables, and then if you understand the tones, you can see the transcription for every single syllable in Mandarin Chinese and pronounce everything correctly. That's why it's so important to do that from the beginning. All right, so I just want to make this clear. One character, right? One character in Chinese is always one syllable, you guys. Did you know that? Now, words in Chinese might be one character, two characters, 3 or 4 characters. Words might be made up of multiple characters. But every character is just one single syllable. And there are only about 400, a little over the 400 unique syllables in Mandarin Chinese. Oh, thank you so much for your donation, Michael. You are the best. Thank you so much. I'm going to get some coffee because of you, Michael. Thank you so much. I will tell you what material I'm using right when I'm done with this point here. So one character, right, always corresponds to one syllable. And there are only a little over 400 unique syllables in Mandarin Chinese. So if you first learn how to pronounce every syllable in Mandarin Chinese, and then you understand the tones, your road to Mandarin Chinese fluency can be very, very short. Doesn't have to be long. Doesn't have to be a 7 to 10 year process. It can honestly be a 2 to 3 year process. You can become professionally useful and fluent with a little over a year. I know because that's what happened to me. Okay? And don't be like those foreigners I met in China who rushed too quickly. They did not respect tones and pronunciation, and they just tried to learn words and grammar and phrases, and they learned all of these words with incorrect tones, right? So we see the correct tones here. Correct tones in green, right? Correct tones in green. I'm just tracing the tone marks. All right, Correct tones in Korean. I met foreigners who, if they were to speak this sentence, would speak, just incorrectly, and maybe they would speak with tones like that. And they had to go back and relearn every single word. They essentially had to learn Chinese twice. So I implore you, don't learn Chinese twice. Because if you have to go back and unlearn words your brain is committed to and relearn them with correct tones, that probably increases the probability that you'll just give up. It makes it really, really tough. And you essentially have to learn it twice or more than twice because you have to spend energy to unlearn stuff. So that's just crazy. Learn proper tones and pronunciation first. If you want to do that, that's really what my community and my channel focuses on. I'm building a Chinese community and program to focus on Chinese tones and pronunciation to take that fluency road from a 7 to 10 year, very difficult thing, compress it down into a very manageable 1 to 3 year thing. All right, email me at thechinesedojo@gmail.com. I am creating a program that's going to involve actual feedback on your tones. And I'm going to try to create like a Discord server to have daily, what I call the daily dojo, sort of daily exercises and an ongoing daily chat so that whenever you want to practice your Chinese, you can just hop on the Discord channel and speak Chinese with people. That's really the goal. And then again, thank you so much, Michael, for your donation. I need to make good on my promise. Michael, are you still here? This book here is Standard Course HSK 2. Do you see that title there? Thank you so much, Michael, for your donation. Michael over here dropping the dollar bills, buying me coffee. I really appreciate that so much, y'all. This is not easy to film all this content and make all this stuff. So you being subscribed to the channel and hitting the notification bell, giving me a bunch of feedback in the chat, supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Just really, really thank you. So this is the book, Michael. And you can maybe screenshot the authors and maybe that makes it easier to find. All right, everybody, let's see, different tones. Do you have a list of all the characters with the same pronunciation or different tones? Where's the Discord channel? Oh, thanks so much, Michael. Yeah, it is exciting. The Discord channel, haven't made it yet. Have not made it yet. I'm trying to perfect to the degree possible the program. I'm creating like really efficient tone differentiation and pronunciation exercises and videos. Email me at thechinesedojo@gmail.com. thechinesedojo@gmail.com, and I'll put you on an email list. I will not spam you. It's not someone else's email. I manage it, right? It's not like some robot or assistant or something. So you're pretty much emailing me directly there. All right. Okay, everybody. Someone says, I think you should make these lives horizontal. I will do some horizontal lives. I'm going to try to be able to do both at the same time. 你好，你好，我想问你一下，我还在学习中文学了7个月了，我有时候听播客的时候，还是听清楚是什么，有什么建议吗？谢谢大哥。Do you mean, okay, so someone says, hi, I want to ask you a question, please, and they're being very polite about it in their grammar. I'm still studying Chinese. I've been studying for 7 months. If you're typing all that with just 7 months, you're doing really well. Sometimes I listen to podcasts, and I think you meant to say, is it 不清楚? Is it 不清楚? I have trouble listening to or understanding which tones. Do you have a suggestion? Thank you. Well, you can either slow the podcast down and also focus more on tones yourself. So as you practice pronouncing words, like this one here, 手表, 手表. So we see two third tones, which creates, this involves the third tone Sandy rule. So in a word that has two third tones, we pronounce the first of the pair as a second tone. This is for convenience, right? We don't want to have to be like shou biao, shou biao. It's not like that. So for convenience, we pronounce the first third tone of the pair as just a rising tone, so we can more easily say shou biao, shou biao. And if you pronounce things slowly first, you can add speed later. So that's my suggestion, is when you're learning to pronounce new words, take it slowly first. That's what I did when I would learn lines for a script, and I kind of accidentally figured this out. I would get a script for acting, and I would have to learn new lines. And of course, I can't memorize things instantly, so I'd have to go really, really slowly and learn new words and new lines slowly. And I realized that just that natural progression of forcing myself to say things really slowly first and then speed them up later allowed me to eventually really, really understand and pick out the subtle differences in the pitches and tones. All right, so that would be my suggestion. Learn to pronounce things slowly first, because if you can pronounce things slowly, you can definitely add speed. If you can't pronounce things slowly, you can't pronounce them at normal speed, right? Just like piano or any instrument. If you can't play something slowly, you're not going to be able to do it quickly. All right. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, thanks for people who are helping me. Thank you in the chat for helping me answer questions. All right. Okay. Check out. Let's match these photos. So, which one is shou biao? Which one of these pictures is shou biao? Do we see the whole, or is it getting cut off? I hope it's not getting cut off. Is that better? So which one is shou biao? Can we mention in the chat? Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? A, B, C, D, E, or F? What is the best sort? We got people saying B. A lot of people are saying B. You're correct. You're correct. That means wristwatch. So shou means hand. Shou means hand. And biao can be a lot of things. It can be a table, can be other stuff. But it can also mean watch. So hand watch, wrist watch. Right? So wristwatch, shou biao. Good. When will you do a live about HSK level 5 or 6? I need to figure out how many people that I definitely can. Last time I read some live news, and that seemed a little advanced for a lot of the people who were watching, which is okay. You know, everyone's at a different level, so I want to accommodate everyone. And when I make the Discord channel, I definitely want to have it broken out into proper levels. But I will do some live and learns where I go over just current news. All right, so that's B. Wristwatch. What's number 2? Which one is 报纸? 报纸. 报纸. Which one is that? That is newspaper. 报纸. Fourth tone, third tone. 报纸. 报纸. Then 牛奶. 牛奶. 牛 means cow. 奶 is milk. So we're looking for milk. That would be C. 牛. 牛奶. 牛. 牛 is interesting. 牛 combines the consonant initial n. 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 How do we say n correctly, right? N. N. We take the tip of our tongue and we make contact n, n, with the alveolar ridge behind the upper teeth. N, n. We build up a little sound and then we release it. N, 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 n. Bit of a nasal sound. N. And then the diphthong it's paired with, eo, eo, combines two vowel sounds, e and u, to make eo, eo. And it's an ascending diphthong, so we put a little more stress on the latter vowel in the sound. Nio, nio nai, nio nai, milk, nio nai. Very good, everybody. All right, 4. Which one is 4, everybody? 房间, 房间. Someone asked, what HSK level is this? This is from an HSK 2 book. 房间, 房间. Which one is 房间? Can we say in the chat? What do we think that is? Can I get some responses in the chat? What is this one? 房间. We've already got A, B, and C figured out. Nanjing Feng says E. Andy says E. Lee says E. Some of your names look Chinese to me, and I just, if you are Chinese and speak Chinese, please don't give this away. We're learning Chinese here. I want Chinese learners to answer the question. All right, I caught you. If you're a Mandarin Chinese native and you're in here giving away answers, come on, what you doing? What you doing? We're learning Chinese here. Yes, good. It's room. It's room. Good. Then we have 丈夫, which means husband. And then, of course, process of elimination. We know the next one would be D. 红色. 红色 means red. 红色. 红色 means red. Okay, good job, everybody. Good job. All right, well, I will be wrapping up soon. This has been really quite incredible, everybody. We had a lot of people join in. Yes, 丈夫 is husband. 老公 is also a word for husband. It's like, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for the support. Please drop those fire emojis in the chat, hearts, whatever emoji you want. Spam the algorithm with some emojis. Show that support. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Please, it really helps me out that you have the notification bell turned on, so you're notified when I either release a short video or want to go live. That really helps me out. And it helps out the community. If you appreciate the work that goes into the videos and everything, please do that. If you are learning Chinese and you want to focus on taking the Mandarin Chinese road to fluency and shortening it, making it more efficient, why can I even speak on this topic? Again, I started as a professional actor. I moved to China. That's me as a lead villain in one of the biggest science fiction TV shows in China, The Three Body Problem. That is me on a live Broadway show called That Chemistry Show as Dr. Y, doing science experiments live on stage in front of hundreds of people in Chinese. That's me as Edgar Snow in a feature film, lead role in a feature film. Here's me in a romantic comedy. Falling in love with the Chinese female lead and not winning her over in the end. Very, very sad, but fun professional opportunity, of course. I moved to China as an adult. I learned Mandarin Chinese as an adult, and within just about a year and a half, I was doing things like you just saw in those photos. How was I able to do it? I focused on tones and pronunciation first. I learned how to respect the tones of Mandarin Chinese and how to pronounce all of the syllables. There are only about 400. It's more like 413 or something. 400 some odd unique syllables in Mandarin Chinese, and that's it. And all words in Mandarin Chinese are just made up of different combinations of those syllables. So if you learn how to pronounce those 400 and some odd things, you can then go and pronounce every single thing in the Chinese language with full accuracy. Of course, then you also need to make sure you're speaking the tones properly as well. But if following my kind of road to learning Chinese efficiently that quickly sounds interesting, sounds like something you want to do, I'm creating a program that's going to focus on tones and pronunciation. Please email me at thechinesedojo@gmail.com. No AI. No AI involved. And there will be actual feedback that involves grading your actual tones. And I want to create a Discord server where we create a digital Chinese learning environment with daily tasks and chat, so that whenever you're going about your day or wherever you are in the world, if you're just walking along thinking, hey, I want to practice some Chinese right now, you could open up the Discord and practice some Chinese. That's the goal. Email me at thechinesedojo@gmail.com if that sounds fun to you. Okay? Someone says, Chinese is very tough. It doesn't have to be. It's just new, okay? It's just different. In some ways, it's very difficult because we in the West didn't grow up having to differentiate tones in our speech, tones that would actually change the actual words. But Mandarin Chinese grammar is actually really, really simple. It's so easy, it's ridiculous. Yes, I'm American. I'm from the United States. Someone says they have nothing to do. I don't understand the question. Yes. Yeah, you can look up the pinyin table. If you look up the pinyin table, you'll see every potential syllable in Mandarin Chinese. You learn the character first and not know how to pronounce it. Right. I mean, characters are logograms. They have meaning, but no pronunciation. So you can't look at a character and know exactly how it's pronounced. So that's kind of what's fascinating. That's one of the many fascinating things about Mandarin Chinese, is that characters have meaning, but not the pronunciation. So thank the universe we have pinyin to help us with pronunciation. All right. I'll do a few more sentences and then we'll wrap it up. What time is it for you? I want to accompany your lives. Right now, it is 8:20 in the morning. I am in California. 我现在在加州. 我现在在加州洛杉矶. I'm in LA. LA, California. All right. 早上有你一个电话。电话是谁打的？早上有你一个电话. So this morning you got a call. Who called? 电话. 电话 is phone. And 打电话 is to make a phone call. So 打 means hit. 打 alone means to hit or to strike. So when we say 打电话, we don't mean to hit a phone. It actually means to make a phone call. 谁 rising tone, that's a second tone. 谁 means who, so who called? 不知道 I don't know. 不知道 I don't know. 知道 means to know. 知道 first tone, fourth tone. 知道 so 不知道 means don't know. Right? Because 不 negates something. 不知道是儿子接的。不知道是儿子接的。I don't know. My son picked it up. 好，晚上我问一下儿子。Without looking at photos and just watching this, it looks like the dialogue is between a mother and father. Our son picked it up. 好，晚上我问一下儿子。All right. In the evening, 晚上。In the evening, 我问一下 I'll ask. when. When is to ask. And if we add 一下 to a verb, it kind of softens it. All right, cool. It makes it a little it makes it a little more casual. 我问一下儿子. All right. In the evening, I'll ask our son in the evening. All right. So, how does that? What do we have here? So much in the chat. That's amazing. Thank you all for being here. It's really incredible. Yes. Yeah, I mean, if you're from China trying to learn English, any foreigner trying to learn English must be in a world of hurt. You know, because English has so many exceptions. There are just too many exceptions, and the grammar's terrible. We have to conjugate things into all these different tenses. In Chinese, you don't actually modify words or conjugate the words into different tenses. There's no conjugation. We'll add different words around a word to mean things that happened like before or possession or whatever, but you wouldn't change the actual structure of the word, right? So, are there any examples right here on the page? There aren't any good examples of that right here, but that's how it works, right? It's like you don't conjugate words in Chinese. You don't add ed or apostrophe s and all this stuff. You just add different words, but you don't need to learn how to conjugate into like mine or theirs or ours kind of thing. Yeah, tense is nuts in English. Yeah. Someone says, I'm Chinese, but I was born in Italy. 你在意大利出生的。他是在意大利出生的。出生 means to be born. 意大利 is Italy. She was born in Italy. Or he was born. I don't know. He or she was born in Italy. Great. Well, really, really fantastic job today, everybody. This was really good. This was a Chinese Live and Learn with Kenan Heppe, the Chinese tones guy. My name is Kenan Heppe. I don't like the green. Where's the, give me that red or something. All right, so Kenan Heppe. My Chinese name is Kenan. Kenan. I just simply added tones onto my name, and this is kind of crazy. I got lucky. When I did this, I did not know that Kenan is a famous animation character, famous cartoon character in China. Detective Conan. It's from a Japanese anime show. So I went to China, and within the first week, I was just telling people my name is Kenan, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you're Kenan! Oh, 我太喜欢 Kenan 了!" And I was like, "What? How do they know who I am?" And it was actually a cartoon character. That really worked out for me. That was pretty hilarious. Yeah, so my name is Kenan Heppe, the Chinese tones guy, Kenan. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to see when I release new videos or do live streams. I really want to help people focus on Chinese tones and pronunciation, because when I did that, I, within a year and a half, was already acting as leading roles in Chinese TV shows and movies. I've actually sold real estate using Chinese. Basically, I've taken every skill and knowledge base that I have, which is a little bit of investing, definitely acting, real estate, and I've brought it all to the Chinese market. And when native Chinese speakers chat with me, you know, it's just obvious, right? When you speak with someone who can speak your language, it's more comfortable not having to use machine translations in the middle or correct someone's speech or struggle to understand what they mean. When you can fluently converse with someone, right? It puts you in, you're in each other's camp. You understand each other. There's a bond that is hard to define in any other way, that when you truly speak someone's language. And if you want to create that bond with Chinese people, I highly recommend it. I had the adventure of my life learning Chinese and moving there and acting. And then I met so many incredible friends in China who are Chinese. And we got to help them with things like real estate and the work I did to learn their language. And they understand how difficult it is. And so if you do the same thing, if you can just learn to speak Mandarin Chinese moderately well, it will do wonders for you. So many doors will open. The culture is extremely welcoming, and because I bet a lot of people where you're from don't. That's pretty much what I think. What do you think? Yeah, and if you want, and you see my email here, thechinesedojo@gmail.com. Email me if you're interested in a program that I am creating to help master tones and pronunciation. It's going to involve people can chat together whenever they want. That's the goal. So again, am I lagging now? Sorry about that if I'm lagging, everybody. But everyone did such a great job today. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be ending the live stream now. But please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you see when I am live next. I really, really appreciate you being here. To those who donated, thank you so much for supporting the channel in that way as well. But please, at the very least, subscribe and hit that notification bell. It tells the algorithm that people like this content. It helps me out. And I just want to bring the Chinese-speaking dream to more people, because I really think that Mandarin Chinese can help people's dreams come true. You can at least have an awesome multilingual international adventure. All right, so thank you all so much. Again, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you all in the next one. All right, so thank you. 下次见，再见，谢谢大家，拜拜。